What is the biggest challenge in our relationship right now, and what do you think it is teaching us?
We are in a very weird spot. We're broken up, but we still act like we're together. And I feel like I have one foot in and one foot out. I'm not fully committed, but I enjoy the perks of having a partner and the love, the affection, someone to just share life with. Yet there is a part of me that is still seeking something outside of you. I daydream about other scenarios. And it's been very, I think, taxing and adding a stress to our dynamic because of that. And I feel also, at least, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it feels like you are very committed. That like, no matter what, like I'm it. And I feel a pressure and I'm still working on, is that because of like my trauma that I don't feel lovable because of things I've done in our relationship? Or if it's me, like the grass is greener, or like, let me keep this here just in case something else works out. And I don't know, I feel like that is sort of detrimental and causing a lot more chaos for the both of us.
Yeah, it's tough, and I feel like the best way to find out is give it a little time. And if you move on before that time's up, then that's, there's nothing I can do, and nothing I would want to do to change that. But I feel we have grown more than ever before this past year, and I'm hoping that it works in my favor. But at the same time, like, I understand that it's like it has to feel right for both of us. And I'm not here to give you a life that doesn't feel like yours. So I'm hoping, it shakes out in a way that's best for both of us. I appreciate you being so honest about this, because it's a big decision.
Okay, what are you hesitant to ask me and why?
I think there's only one question I'm hesitant to ask you, and why. And that's because I know the answer is going to be not right now, or we'll see what happens. Do you know what that question is?
I want to hear it from you.
It's proposing. There is definitely some time that has to transpire in order to truly know. Because at this point, I'm not someone you can trust financially. I have been very feast or famine. And there's been a lot of steps I've been taking to change that. But my words can't, you can't run on just words. You can't date for, what do you say? Dating for potential. Like,
dating someone's potential.
But we might be that sometime,
Yeah.
So like, I feel the right thing to do is to ask that question when it's actually the right time. And that's the only question that I can't really ask you today, because we share everything. So what possibilities or opportunities are we denying by maintaining our relationship, and how do you feel about that?
I feel like this is something that I feel like I'm plagued by. This idea of us being together is actually holding us back. Like when the year apart started and I moved away, all of a sudden you've got a ton of work. And you were making money and I was not in the picture. And I felt more at ease. I felt like, just more present with myself and less anxious. You know how I have anxiety. So it became, I feel like my mind was freed up a little bit to not at least be anxious about you and me. And I didn't have to be anxious about like, is he doing his work or not? Or how does the apartment look? All of those things. And I feel like by being together, not just like how I'm impacting you, but myself as well, it's like like I said, I'm like waiting and waiting for this magical moment that it's going to be like, oh, duh, all along, it was him. How could I have not seen that? But at the same time, I think, should it be this hard? How long is too long to wait? And there are other people. I'm certain there is someone where I won't feel so, I mean, not to overuse this term, but triggered by. I mean, like this morning, running late, I felt so really charged helping you get out the door. I was like, I don't want to have to do that with a partner. Like, I look forward to that, you know? So I think me being so overbearing at times with, guy, let's get out the door, like vice versa,
Right.
the roles reversed, that kind of pressure on you is also very unhealthy. So I'm sure there's someone else out there that won't be like that for you. Why do you think you are the partner for me?
How much time you got? No. I think I'm the partner for you because I gave you, I think, what you needed more than anything, which is unconditional love, and sometimes to my detriment. But you've said many times how if there's one thing I have more, plenty of, it's my love for you. Because I feel like I do get you. And the places where I'm not the right person for you are just works in progress. I feel like it's just kind of tweaking a few things here and there to have the space and have the independent growth that we need to be able to meet each other where we'll be versus where we're at now. Because right now it's kind of chaotic. And it's not all just because of our own dynamic, but things in our life that we're not putting enough attention and love into. So like everything you just answered earlier about why you're going to be in Atlanta is right on the money. And a lot of those things are things I need to do for myself too, is have the space. So yeah, I think we're like really close to being in that space, but only time will tell. When was the last time you considered ending this relationship, and why haven't you?
Today. I'm not lying. This morning, I was really upset that you weren't prepared. I mean, it was fine, but I think it just like flares up this part of me when you're not responsible. And I start going in that loop of like, how could you be a dad? You could be a great dad, you're loving, but is it all gonna fall on me? Am I gonna have to be like, you're another child in the situation? So when moments like that, and it's unfair because it's just one moment and everything was fine, you were actually okay, but it was just stressful. And I go into that loop of he's irresponsible, he won't be able to do this, that, and the other, and provide and I don't break up with you because then I give myself a moment to cool down. And then also you're very good with your words. Like you say things and like you just said, works in progress, you're doing this, you're doing all these steps to be where you think I want you to be. Right. And I just so badly want it to be true so that I don't have to I don't want to go out there and date. Like I don't want to have to start over, but I will. But I think there's a part of me that's just like holding on that maybe it is him. And if I just wait a little longer. And that is why we are here.
Like you said, the first time we separated for several months, we weren't in each other's environment and we thrived. And I don't think that's just because we weren't meant to be around each other. It's because we had space without being kind of like bumping into each other and having that dynamic of, the things that bother me about you and vice versa. And now we're at this place where we are definitely further along on our emotional intelligence journey, our personal growth journey. And having that space is feels to me like the last missing piece. Like, I want to have more of a routine. I don't have a routine now. It's chaos. And moving you out of your apartment into my apartment for a couple of days and then going to Georgia is crazy. So like, it's a wild time. And here we are on the end doing this, and then you're leaving tomorrow. So it's, I'm really excited about finishing this like pre-marriage thing, hopefully. But we'll see.
I have more to say, but I'm just going to move on to the next question. Because some of the things you're saying, it still feels like you're trying to convince me. And I think I have to back out of this.
To be continued on that.
What is a sacrifice you've made that I haven't acknowledged? There's got to be.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
Sacrifice I've made. Honestly, I guess the biggest one would be continuing to be with you when you've told me many times you don't want to be with me. And trying to convince you that this is right. All right. What do you feel is the next step in our relationship?
The next step in our relationship is, to truly take this serious and commit to not checking in, like doing this part independently. When I go to Atlanta, I don't want to update you on my personal life. I know we're going to have some overlapping work.
Yep.
But really adhere to the boundary of no sharing personal stuff. That even means for you, I wish you well in your career and all the things that you have goals for. And I just want to believe that you're going to do it. And I don't need to hear every step of the way. And I don't need to hear all the creative ideas all the time. So I think that is a very important step, is to cut off personal communication.
I agree. And I know we tried to do that before. But I do feel like this time we're both in a better place to actually follow it. If this was our last conversation, what would you never want me to forget?
Oh my. What would I want you to never forget? All of the kind ways I have helped you. I want you to know that I actually really want the best. And I am trying, or I've done things because I thought it was in the moment. And I want you to know that I have tried to love you as much as I possibly could. And I also really do want the best for you. Like, myself aside, I hope you end up with the most brilliant, loving partner that you're meant to be with.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't think I'd ever want you to forget how much I loved you and believed in you, even at times when you didn't believe in yourself. I think at times you've been really hard on yourself, and it's just some stuff you've dealt with, from younger years. And those are the moments where I want to just cradle you and comfort you and say, it's going to be okay. You're a lot better than what you feel like you are right now. So I think I really would want you to leave knowing that you were loved, you are loved, and you're incredibly special and more talented than sometimes you allow yourself to accept. So yeah, thanks for doing this with me.
You're welcome.
If you enjoyed that conversation at the end and you're wondering how it works, it comes down to the space and the questions that are offered. And we've taken that learning and distilled it down into a book. It's called 12 Questions for Love, a guide to intimate conversations and deeper relationships. You can order your book now, available anywhere you get your books, available in ebook, audiobook, and hardcover. And most importantly, thank you for watching.